Okay, so I finally came out to my mom last year. Coincidentally, it was on National Coming Out Day. I didn't plan it that way, but something in the universe told me that it was the right time. But a little background about me is that I have known that that into, I am attracted to other men since kindergarten. And it was just very obvious. And I have been out to a lot of people, mainly my friends and people in my social circle and people at school too. I didn't necessarily keep it a secret, but not everybody knew that was the case. Because I didn't want to tell everybody because everybody doesn't care. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I have been out to myself. I stopped keeping my sexuality a secret when I was in 8th grade. That's a better way to put it. But I didn't tell my parents. Most of my family did not know. I had one sister that knew, and she cried when I told her. But this is not about her. It's about me coming out to my mom. It took me a while to come out to my mom or my parents because our relationship started getting bad a couple years before I came out. So that's a very short explanation of my parents and I's relationship. And that is why I didn't tell them, because I knew it would do me no benefit, or do them no benefit, because it just wasn't important. And I knew that they weren't going to take it well because they are just so traditional. Like, they grew up in grass huts with dirt floors. Like, I just knew that they were not going to approve of, like many things that I do. So, of course, they're not going to approve of this as well. Yeah, and I had already started showing how different I was. And they didn't like that. So I knew that if I were to tell them this as well, oh my God, it would just be way too much for them to handle. And I didn't need that. I didn't need that. I was already such a mad, angry teenager. I didn't need to be more mad. So I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. But finally did it, and I was right. She did not take it well. She started making jokes really fast, and from her perspective, that is like how you treat family. Like, you make jokes, but she was making jokes because she doesn't take the idea of homosexuality seriously. The first thing that she said was that how was I going to live a fulfilling life if I don't marry a woman and have children? What's gonna happen when I'm old and decrepit and I am in a senior citizen assisted living situation and I have no kids to come visit me? Because what's gonna happen is that if I'm in a relationship with a man, men get bored and will get bored of me. I don't know if she was saying about me personally, but she said that a man will ultimately get bored and leave and find another man or a woman and like toss me to the side. So if I were to be with a man, I'm never gonna have a happy relationship. That's what she was trying to get at. I think there's a lot of issues with that last bit um, that I'm not gonna dig through, but uh, there's a lot of maybe personal projecting going on. But she also started asking questions like, not asking necessarily, but like prodding and like teasing me, asking me, like, well, like, how, so what? You guys gonna sleep in a bed together, you and a man? And like, how do you have sex? And she kind of asked that one like, she fucking knows the answer. She knows the answer to that. And she was kind of being, I don't know, facetious with that question. And she keeps going. And she says, yeah, she asks, how do you guys have sex? And how is it going to feel when you sit down? And then she asked me, well, what's going to happen when poop falls right straight through you? It's kind of funny, but in like a really sad way. Like I told this to one of my gay friends, and he kind of like giggled and like, but then he like kind of like caught himself because it is funny. But like I said, it's really sad because she's, you know, making a joke out of my life because she can't take my life seriously. Um, yeah, and she goes on to say that living a good life needs to be with. She goes on to say that living a good life means that you're gonna have a wife, and you're gonna have kids, and your wife is gonna wash your dishes for you, clean your clothes, clean the house, cook your food, take care of my children, and do all the traditional womanly things that a traditional woman is supposed to do. Not just traditional woman, what a proper woman is supposed to do. I wasn't expecting anything positive, like I said, to come out of this. And I wasn't expecting this to even be like a way for reconciliation for me and for my parents and I knew this wasn't like, yeah, I knew this wasn't gonna do anything good. Um, and I wasn't going to assume that it was gonna turn out bad because I didn't want to jinx myself. And if anything bad happens, then I figured I would just, roll with the punches. But it's like I've been the youngest. I've been the baby of the family for such a long time. I do have a little sister, but I'm still there's two babies of the family now. Even though I'm 28 years old. So I'm the baby of the family, so I've always kind of had to prove or like fight the fact that I'm not a baby, even though I'm the baby of the family. Yeah, I always had to fight this idea of them meaning my family, never treating me anything more than the youngest of the family. And with this new topic, it's like I still have to prove that. I've always been the black sheep of the family, so I haven't done things perfectly. And so I never listened to my parents. That's how they see my life. And I mean, I agree. I don't do a good job of listening to my parents' advice. And now me being gay, or them knowing that I'm gay now, is just another way that I'm not listening to my parents. Or another way how I don't listen to my parents. And that really sucks. That's something that I cannot help. They see it as an active choice of disobeying their wishes. Yeah, so I mean, why did I make this video? Well, I wanted to make this video to share my experience because I haven't heard this kind of experience. And I will admit that I'm fine. I am not being kicked out onto the streets. I mean, ultimately, she did admit that she still loves me, you know? But people have it harder than me. But I don't think that there are stories like this out there where it's just not good, you know, not horrendous, but yeah, and especially coming from a Hmong-American. I mean, I have only seen, I mean, I don't really know many queer Hmongs. I mean, there's that stylist that works for Nikita Dragon, but he's, you know, just kind of like an influence. What am I talking about? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I guess I was just making this video to share my experience, and maybe making this video is going to help me process my own thoughts and emotions related to this. So my final thoughts about this story is that coming out is important, but it is all on your terms. You know when the time is right. And please be careful, because I know some who have come out and, you know, they were sent to places and people tried to fix them, and I don't want that for anybody. Please be smart, because we have to. We don't have anything to prove, but it does feel good to not have to hide this anymore. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thanks, guys.